Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the Vault. Trust Christian own nothing, control everything. Just wanted to do another pop up episode. This is episode 190. This episode is Skills Pay Bills. So, just wanted to do a quick episode with our trading partner Cornell. We're going to post the flyer. This man is actually backed by popular demand. It's not just something that the Vault wants to do to keep going and talking to people, but it is something that we know has empowered a bunch of people in various different senses. And it's just always a good thing when results speak for themselves. You don't have to think about if something's actually going to work or it's no wondering the guesswork is out. So we got our trading partner Cornell. Once again, we'll put the flyer for the trading webinars. The trading webinar coming up on the 17th. Cornell has we've been doing this for about a year with the trading webinars. It's been years since we've been doing episodes, but specifically doing the trading webinars, finally just say, hey, let's just do the webinars. People continuously listen, more people learn it, then they tell their friends. And so, we just wanted to at least say, hey, look, this is the trading webinar. If you want to, you want to. If you don't want to, it's no big deal. But March 17th, it is a great time to have a skill, acquire a new skill, and things of that nature. So, Cornell, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, great, great. So the name of the episode is Skills Pay Bills. Could you talk about how, because this is something one of the first things you addressed with me and everyone else that goes to the training webinar. How is trading a skill?
It's like learning a trade. It's repetition. Understanding that the news is manipulating you, that it's doing the same thing every day and we ain't got to guess it. It's just like learning a trade. It's like on the job training that you get for your job. You learning a skill.
So it is something that's a learnable thing, something that it's not a lifelong don't know situation, but it is something you can learn.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
It's like your job. You apply for a job, guess what? Christian don't know how to work that machine. They got to put him through training, right? And he doing the same thing every day. Trading is the same way.
Okay. So trading is the same way when it comes to the repetition. And that's something that I think it kind of may throw people off in the beginning, especially the learning curve is how much time am I going to have to invest? What are the prerequisites for a trader? And I think you go through that actually really, really well through the PowerPoint presentation is that, this is a business. You want to treat it as a business. You want to treat it as something that it's just very business like. It's not something that's looked at as it's not a business. You're looking at it as, this is a business. This is not a hobby. This is not a part time project. This isn't something that I'm going to get rich quick. Did you have any of those apprehensions when you first walked into the trading, or it was something that you were pretty clear that hey, this is something that can change your life and make your life be in a life in a different position?
Yeah, I took it with a serious approach, pretty much from a family perspective. Hey, somebody tell me I'm gonna learn this, I ain't gotta worry about no bread, and they can show it to me. I checked it out. I put the work in and got it done. Getting it done.
Well, one of the things that I always know that, since I've known you, you always say, you got to have a purpose. It can't be about the money. And for a long time, I never really knew what that meant until it was started more of a being a relating to the dreams and goals that are personal, that are near and dear to the heart. That this allows you to get leverage to go into other things, even just what we were talking about on the phone about the real estate, how trading has put you in those rooms. Could you talk about briefly what makes trading unreal to people?
Mm, reading too much information online, then thinking it's real complicated, technical, or only the people going to college can do it. There's a
Okay.
lot of stereotype to it. You used to stocks going down and crashing and stuff like that, so you be scared, but that ain't even what we even talking about. Talking about something totally different. So you have to keep your mind open.
Okay. And as well, I want you to highlight as well the purpose. You know, you always talk about having a purpose, not focusing on the money. Could you talk about the purpose that you an individual will want to have approaching a trade as opposed to, oh man, I can see I can make a ton of money. I've heard it, I can make a ton of money. What how does the purpose play into it so you don't jump the gun over the purpose for the money?
Having a business plan, or like I said, having real goals. If you a lot, this is what a lot of people do. A lot of people sit around the house, you talk about what you want to do for your family, but do you actually really go out and do 100% of what you're trying to do for your family? A lot of people really don't. You have to be honest with yourself. Like, yeah, I done said this, and then you didn't follow through. And see, trading is something that will change your not just you, but your whole entire family. You can do whatever you want with it. Once you get into it, you'll see it ain't even gambling. It's just about taking the time, having a plan. Now, guess what? It will change the thinking process. I
You,
just said stop people from gambling and everything else, because you got the stereotype that trading is like gambling. What we doing? We ain't, yeah, we taking a chance, but we pretty much controlling everything we doing.
right. And that's what I think is important is calculated risk. It's a skill to the execution. It's a learned process. What would you say to the people that say, okay, you know, I have spent a ton of money. I've actually put money in the market. I've lost money in the market. Why would I deal with the $500 course that you have when, oh yeah, my so-called friend, she's doing something now and she's making money with that, so I'm gonna go get on that webinar because it's actually cheaper, as opposed to not understanding that this is a skill that, in most senses, a lot of different so-called gurus on the internet, they end up making you pay for to learn the skill of trading in different markets. So they'll do a forex trading class, they'll do a Nasdaq class, they'll do different classes, a futures class, they'll do an options class. What makes your class so much more different than just other classes on the internet?
I'm giving you the information you ain't gonna see on the internet because it comes from a higher level of people that trade it from an institutional standpoint or from a bank standpoint. So what I was taught is totally different than the stuff you see online. We using some of the same language, same terms, but basically the class, like I said, is by request. I don't even advertise a class. It's by request, meaning you actually getting blessed. I ain't gonna say it's cheap because even when you're doing the network marketing scheme, yeah, they gonna get you in with $300 you paying every month. I'm giving you a course because I'm trying to help people out, seriously help people out. I'm really giving y'all a low ball price compared to what I have got paid by certain professional individuals that might want to learn this. Because the information is golden that I give them. So it ain't really talking you into it. It's about, hey, if you say you're gonna make that change with your family, then you're gonna take the class, you're gonna get in there, you're gonna take it serious. And next thing you know, now you one of the people just like a lot of people having success, they've been sitting at the house now. And see, it's a mindset thing. One thing the buyers did for a lot of people that were struggling, they tried to skip what we're talking about. Taking the time, going through it, and getting it done. I don't know nobody that has failed that took the time and went actually through it, paid attention, looked at it every day, boom, they making money now. The ones that struggle are the ones that go to work, they get tied up in the money, get tied up doing this. You look at it maybe once, twice a week. See, that ain't my fault. You ain't following the system. So I give you an easy system for $500. Can't get to even freaking like my mentor said. Don't nobody take nothing serious when it's free. They usually take it serious when they got some money behind it. That's why people charge y'all so much money because they know that. Because that way you're not wasting their time. So it's kind of smart, but I understand my background. I try to give people the opportunities to get in, probably at a price you probably ain't gonna be able to get in with the type of information you get nowhere.
Right. One of the things I actually was thinking about as you were speaking was the language of trading. I think, as we've seen, there's so many different, skill sets that require a different language. If you're an electrician, you need to know the electric language. If you're a plumber, you need to know the plumbing language. What about the trading language for some of the trustees and people that listen to the Vault here live and as well in the replay? What would you say to them about their study habits on knowing candles, knowing the language of trading? What would you say about your learning curve with the language? What aided in your learning curve in the language, and then as well to new people, just words of advice about getting into the language of trading.
It's something you gotta want to do. So guess what? If you're trying to do it and you're trying to do it quick, you're gonna have to look at it every day. When I first started, I looked at it every day. Y'all probably heard me say this a few times. I looked at it every single day because when it was introduced to me, that's what I was told. Hey, you can't put this down and come back to it. You got to want it. I ain't finna call you every day. I'm gonna give you what you need to study. Study it, show up for the class, well, but other than that, it's all on you because it's a different language. Is it hard? No. Does it take some time? Yes. Is it some language you're gonna have to learn? Yes. But to be honest, more regular people catch on quicker than more educated people because you're so programmed to go to school, you're so programmed to be so advanced, it'd be hard to kind of like I said, dumb it down a little bit. And this is what they doing. This is how they manipulate the system. They're giving you a complicated system with simple tasks. But if you don't know what you're looking at, like most people you see online, I see 98% of them, they looking at something totally different. They're looking at money. We ain't looking at money over here.
Well, let's talk about that, and that's a great lead-in right there. So, what? That's the one thing that I feel like even my first experience with it was that you got to get the money as fast as possible. But what would you say about that? Because the experience now is more like, okay, I just want to trade what's on the chart, what I see on the chart, not be focused on how much money I'm gonna make. Because I already know it doesn't matter if I have the right amount of money. It's all about making sure I'm taking the right trade. What would you say about that? Because so many people say, okay, I need to get the money because they want to see the money, but they also are having to learn to trade. And so they're like, well, should I go live? There's so many people that even say, well, if I go live, that'll make me take it more seriously. What do you say to those people?
But you just like throwing money away, stay in the demo. The one thing about it, you don't want quick money. You don't want quick money in nothing. You want longevity. You want long term money. So the way I was taught, I started out getting quick money. Guess what? 99% of the people fail. Yeah. People be like, huh? Yeah. My first mentor, I say 99% of the people fail because he was showing you how to get quick money. Everybody don't catch on to the same thing. You get confused and you're in and out. You're gambling now. I call it gambling.
Right, right, definitely is in and out.
We didn't have no plan. We were just getting in, like I said, we were getting in making money. I was one of the few that caught on to it. But that was because I went, researched other things, put two and two together, and hey, I make my money. I made money off what he told me and extra information I went and studied.
You know what?
So
Here's a divergence in the whole conversation because I think so many people they get shook when they hear this question I'm about to ask you, but they get shook and they don't know where to go because they have the follow the leader mentality. But when your mentor told you that he didn't want people looking at other pieces of information outside of what he was teaching, could you talk about that? How you actually, dealt with that when your mentor say, "Oh, just study what we're studying," you
I
know.
left, hey, because I was smart enough to know that this system is gonna provide money for me for the rest of my life, and I seen the way it was provide. It's more to it than what you're showing us. I understand you can get straight to the point, but it really wasn't no direction in it. We using indicators and stuff like that. Guess what? I go do research. Oh, I see. Okay, I started what they call futures. Oh, people are doing forex. Like, why wouldn't you start forex? You can start with $50. I don't want to hear nobody tell me because I done tried it already. You don't need to do it. Yada yada. Do that. Like, no, I don't even do that when I teach. What I tell people, okay, you want to get familiar with it? Go look up them terms. Get a little bit more familiar with it. There's a few terms you're gonna need to learn. Get familiar with it. It's like me saying, "Oh, Christian, I shoot whatever on my PowerPoint. That's all y'all need to do. Don't go look up these terms nowhere else." Nah, I don't do all that. Cause the crazy thing about it, I'm gonna teach you, and you still ain't gonna trade 100% like me.
Yeah, and that's a critical question. I think is everyone they thinks that they might end up trading like you. It's like, okay, well, I don't really know what this trading thing is, but I saw how he was talking about the trade, and I actually need to actually, trade like him. What would you? Because I heard you say that for so long, but I didn't know what you mean. For so long, I was like, what does he mean? Every time we ain't gonna trade like him. Like I thought we supposed to be doing what he's doing.
You get the logic, but think about it, it's a complicated system, so it's a lot of different ways to make money. The way I caught on, the way I caught on might not be what you gonna catch on to, but the logic for all of us is still gonna be the same.
So you got to be logical. You can't be emotional about the money.
Can't even think about the money. You know that when I get in the class, what I'm gonna be, look, this is what I need to run. Hey, look at this chart, take picture of it, hey, do whatever you need to do. It's repetition. I need you to put this in your memory.
Right.
It ain't got nothing to do about going to Harvard, yeah, none of that. Put it in your memory. Look for the same movement all the time. Look for the same places all the time. Make you money. Then, like I said, sometimes it get to the point you dumb it down so much like people don't believe it. Because like I said, but usually people that struggle with that is like people that went to college or they the smart one in the room. Or I think they the smart one in the room. And not the logical one in the room.
Right.
Look at all the people that were successful. A lot of them were them smart guys in the room. They were the guy that had the logic and put a plan together and got it done.
Always.
Always.
Always. Always. And that's important points right there. If for everybody that's joining in live, you all can feel free to contact us, Christian at Trust Christian, and we'll get you over in contact with the flyer and Cornell. We're also going to post it in the post section, and you all can click on the post and go forward from there with the May 17th webinar with Cornell, the trading webinar. Once again, because pay bills, and that's what it was really important to even talk about the money because I think so many times we gloss over the money. You say, "Oh, let's not talk about the money," but a lot of times, so many people I think they're deprived of
Talk
that.
about the money, but we talk to it from what? A logical standpoint. Okay. It is a smart money move I'm about to make. It is gonna bring me a 5 to 1 or better return. That's how we talk about the money. Shit, Chris, I'm gonna go in, boom, bam, bam, bam.
It's no boom
Oh, that
bam
what we
bam.
talking about.
It's no boom bam bams.
It ain't that. Cause what's gonna happen again? What you might go good 3 days.
Right.
You are there doing all that 1 to 1. Boom.
Bam.
Somehow critical. You ain't paying attention.
You take your eyes off the screen for a
Blow the spot
second,
out.
it goes in the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the bottom line, especially if you're actually day trading. And that's something that I think was very exciting for me was because when you talked about when you say, "Hey man, you don't have to sit in front of this every day," I was like, "Oh man, yeah, that's great," because day trading can come off as slightly addictive, but when it comes to even a longer term trades, because you talk about that from the perspective of the mentor and how he talked about, put in the longer term trades, knowing that you're going to ride it from point to point. Because I know it's a bunch of trustees and people that have taken the class that are listening. What would you say to the people that are saying, man, I'm trying to wrap my head around smaller time frames, but I really enjoyed or really appreciated being able to do a higher time frame trade. And, the higher time frame caters to the fact that I'm working, I got a job, blah, blah, blah. So I want to be able to, not have to look at it for every 15 minutes. What would you say to that?
The banks use higher time frame. That's what you should be on in the first place, so you don't get misled by looking at quick money, quick money time frame. Like some people gonna be quick traders, some people gonna be like I said long term traders. You just gotta decide how you want to trade, like that, whether it's around your schedule or hey, you really like trading, you want to go every day. But logic, I'm gonna teach you is the banks ain't going to the smaller time frames, and we're gonna see the picture real clear on like what's going on, no matter what it is, whether it's foreign exchange, stocks, binary options, futures, whatever it is, whatever you're looking at, the bank is controlled by the same people. That's just bottom line.
Right. And that's another thing, I think, even though we did talk about it, which was the private versus the public, but we always go back to that as people trying to cheat themselves or cheat the system, cheat their families out of a quality education. Um, it's so many success stories that we've seen from you, with your aunt to just so many different people that you know from your old job or even new people, people that have found us through the vault. I was thinking about when we did the workshop in Atlanta and how Combo was at the workshop in Atlanta and it was just a blessing, man. I was just like, wow, that's crazy that, maybe not even almost a year later, he introduces trading to his cousin and his cousin's a school teacher. I mean, he maybe got on that first webinar in August last year, or late last year, maybe third or fourth quarter. Goes to the school year, uh, and I guess he got on maybe one or two more webinars, and literally he tells them at the end of the school year, yeah, I'm not coming back next school year. And it's just like, wow, okay, so how serious are you taking this when some young guy says, hey, I was actually about to go back to college, I was going to get a what, he already has 3 degrees or something. It was like, oh man, I'm about to go get a fourth degree, and within a year's time, I mean, this is intense study. No, don't now see, that's where people say, see, we actually know the individual that we're talking about, and I mean, this guy is putting in the sleepless nights. He is putting in intense amount of study hours. When Cornell talks about the 3 to 5 hours, this young guy right here definitely tried to rival that. And that's the crazy part is if people actually rivaled your study habits to identify the things that you say and study the videos the way that you talk about studying overall, I think they would be quite surprised at how fast they would get it themselves, because when it comes down to the study habits, that's what it comes down to. And so it's interesting to see, or just awesome to see, someone that, he came to the workshop, they listened to the show, they came to the workshop, and then they still were able to move forward with their family. So they helped out their cousin. Them and their cousin are trading now. A year later, we're talking about them actually, putting together a solid $100, $200 a day, which replaces the teaching income, and then not only just replace the teaching income, but allows him to continuously, work with his family and things of that nature now. And it's just that was incredible to see that, man. I was just like, wow, like I say, just thinking about the fact that we've helped people in so many different realms get the message and be able to go on. This is the one thing I pointed out to someone earlier today was, Cornell, when they watch the videos enough and they learn how to trade, they ain't gotta watch the video no more.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about here? The video is 5 hours. There's nowhere in the world where you could go watch something for 5 hours, which you don't just watch it for. Okay, let's just say you go to you try to pull an all nighter and you go eight. So you do a one day, from 5 till like 2 a.m. in the morning, which is crazy because I know you sitting there still awake for the London session. And let's just say, you go for till 2 o'clock and you literally get that whole video. I was telling someone earlier, I said, when you watch the video and you learn how to do it, you don't have to keep watching the video because you know what you're doing then. And I was just like, that's incredible. I was like, where can you go to be a part of something that says once I learn something, no one's gonna hold anything over my head. No one's gonna be able to take this away from me. They literally just empowered me for peanuts because I mean, what he told me that I had to pay for the video, I was supposed to make that back in my account within the first day or two or the first week. And that's being honest, man. When we sit here and we talk about how, you were like, oh man, somebody could get into a trade and literally within the first week, you know, make their money back and double the account. I'm like, really? The account? And it's crazy because that is the reality. And it's just interesting to see how many people may or may not take that serious. And we have our inside jokes about why people do or don't take it serious. But there's been a ton of young, African American, brothers and sisters that have literally gone through the program, gone through the webinar, and are profitable. And it's a beautiful thing. No one can say, oh, that African Americans don't work together, or that they don't have communities that are private and things of that nature. No, it is alive and well and kicking, and I just appreciate Cornell for having a heart to even share because Cornell, could you talk about how people that usually learn how to trade usually don't teach it and at least do it for minimal dollars like you? Do you have any particular reason why people don't want to teach it?
Um, I'll say some people they ain't at that level to teach. And they may be a lot of people ain't gonna. I call it more. They do more gimmick stuff. Like they might have figured out something that'll work. Still don't go back and study. Try to show that to somebody else, and you ain't gonna have no success reciprocating it. Now it's different when you got a system in place that is never changing, and then teach it to somebody. You gotta think about access I'm getting people with this. They don't have access to this. I guarantee it ain't online nowhere at all.
Well, no, what I wanted to find out is why some of the people that you know that are at a higher level, why don't they teach it?
Cause they making money, lots of money. They not worried about teaching. Teaching is more like a philanthropy thing to them, like it is with me. Like it ain't for no money for a class. The money usually goes to the stuff I do through my foundation or whatever. I don't even use the money. Like most people at that level, man, we ain't doing that. We ain't trying to make no teams and none of the other stuff. Like if you say you're making the money you say you making trade, then Christian, you should be seeing some M's. I should be seeing some M's. They should be calling you. They should be, hey, a couple trusts by now.
The
They let people ain't trading for real. Like the one you see online, flashy, they ain't trading for real. You look it up, it'll probably be strictly like network marketing shit. And if you look at they trade record, you'll see they probably won some, lost a lot.
So you're trying, and this is the interesting part because coming from an environment with you, you learn how to take a lot more high probability trades, and you actually are more confident. So you don't learn the bad habits and the bad things. And it's interesting to hear you say that right now because there's definitely so many of the people online that are just literally, marketing, doing more marketing. They actually are learning the trade and learning it from that perspective. They actually make the trade have like a bad look and a bad name
I have
because
been saying and it's bad. It's sad. You should be trying to help people. Look at how when I do something. Like I think I posted something that I could be probably one of the biggest network marketers out there. I had 1,000 people in the room years ago.
right. I think you
That was,
posted that video the other. Did you
yeah,
post that video
yeah.
the other day on your page? And it was you up front
And
talking.
I ain't sitting listening so long. You see, I'm in front of the room. That wasn't even my group at the time. So just imagine now.
Yeah, I talked to someone that the other day. I said, "Look, if me and Cornell were to do the vault and Cornell, we're going to do a
If I
workshop."
did like a real workshop,
Oh
people
yeah,
would show up. If
oh
I
yeah,
put that on there,
oh
like
yeah.
people, like
They're
man, you got people coming from all from California,
all
New
over the
York.
country, all over.
Matter of fact, I'll show you next time. I had a lady from Haiti that
Yeah.
was on the trade. She had
Hey,
made like
I can see that.
this. I got it at my mama house. Maybe some like it. We don't do it for that. Like I said, these people out here. This is why they taking y'all money. Y'all paying a monthly fee. You ain't paying nobody no monthly fee. Ain't no paying me nothing else unless you just want to come back and freshen up.
Right.
Other than that, when you leave, you got everything you need. People are like, oh, it's hard to believe. See, follow everybody else. This is different. Go home. If it's got to be more to it, hey, go online. There's somebody online that, hey, if you feel you need to pay more money to feel that you getting something, that's you. You should be lucky. To be honest, you're not paying more money because if I charge you what these guys paid to give me the information,
Was it 7 figures?
hmm,
No, it's definitely six. Yeah, well, it's a 5 figures, 6 figures. It was 6 figures, easy. Yeah,
that's the type of information you get.
yeah.
But like I said, most people like the teaching part. You're not studying the teaching part once you get to where. Listen, when you get to where you need to be at. Trust me, you ain't even really think about the teaching part. Unless, like I said, you just come from that environment and you just want to help people. And that's kind of how I do. I be trying to help people out. I know you ain't gonna be able to afford it no other way. Here you go. And I can promise you, there's some happy people right now.
Right, right, right. Definitely quite a few happy people. I see them in a group and see them in when they come on the webinar afterwards, they get it. Uh,
I forget. Look at all these guys online. When do you ever hear them talking about they actually help somebody other than them trade or making money
well, they
off
got these
it?
subscription networks, and then if you went on their website, maybe you see it. I don't even care to go to their website, so I don't see it. But
Like you said, they're still going through them. Subscription. You don't need no subscription with me. You your own subscription. What they gonna do when that subscription run out? Or that dude fall off? You still let somebody else control your money. I'm letting you control your own money. I'm letting you go in there and see how much you're gonna lose, how much you're gonna make.
And I guess we can just go ahead into it, which is considered a financial education. Basically, you don't get one in public school. You don't get a sound financial education other than knowing how to add, multiply, divide, and subtract. So this is a skill that shares with someone how to be in control of not just growing capital, but actually selecting where to place capital when you're able to look at other capital markets such as stocks, such as bonds, such as treasury notes. Could you talk about how the skill is actually multidimensional? It's not just, oh, you have to either trade one market. You can trade multiple markets. I think that's really really important for people to know.
What that?
Just knowing that they can trade in multiple markets.
Yeah, because what you learning uh, is a skill really. How would I say? You can pretty much look at whatever you want to look at. That is bottom line. It don't matter. You gonna see people online and go do your research. You hear me? I'm calling these names out: futures, forex, binary options. What else? Stocks.
Commodities.
You gonna see that what I teach you, you don't hear people talking about the same people control everything, and you can do the same thing on all of them. Even when we look at stocks, we're looking at the what? The same thing as if I was trading. Guess what? I ain't even took a binary options class. The chart still gonna be the same. Once I learn how to take a trade, guess what? Boom, I know how to trade binary options. Didn't have to pay nobody for a course on it.
Well, and see that right there made it sound very. You dumbed it down a lot right there when you say it like that, and I think that might be a mind blower for so many overeducated individuals because they, like you say, they may want to make it complicated, and that just is a killer, man.
I'm saving you some money, basically.
Right?
What
Yeah.
I'm doing, I'm saving you a lot of money because you're gonna sit at home, especially with people sitting at home right now. You tend to spend a little more money sitting at the house. Guess what? Oh, I see this class here. Oh, I see this class there. You gon' you gonna be tempted.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's an interesting marketplace out there, but we definitely want to do this episode about the skills paying bills because so many people have lost the art of acquiring new skills. You know, we may not have started out as an entrepreneur. We may have started out as an employee, grew into entrepreneurship, continued growing in entrepreneurship, moved actually further into investing, and there's so many skills that you have to pick up along the way. And trading is just one of those skills that you can pick up and actually further going into other ventures. You don't have to get stuck at trading, and you don't have to, and you still have the opportunity to move on to other ventures. And what's really interesting is I was talking to someone once again earlier today, let him know saying, hey, look, you know, once you learn the trading, you know you can actually get hired by Wall Street. I was like, when you know how to trade, that's who they hire, traders. I was like, they just give you a portfolio to manage. I was like, other than that, once you acquire the skill of trading, you can go work for an institution and manage a portfolio. This is what they do. They outsource portfolios to even third parties. Like you have a track record, you're a part of a once you get to a certain income level, you get a part of a certain private community of institutional traders, and there's opportunities for people to move forward in that respect of managing money if they want to at higher levels. So it's just interesting to see that the skill has a lot of benefits, man. Way too many benefits to name. Okay, before we wrap up here, what would you say, to wrap up on, the skills paying the bills, knowing that we're at March, excuse me, so it's actually May. We're here in May. The next webinar is May 17th. It's not really any last minute convincing, but it definitely is just making sure people know that it is an actual skill. It is something you can pick up, even if it took you, once again, like the young guy that did the teaching. If it takes you a year almost to learn it, not because you're lollygagging, but because you're actually putting in that study time, you know, what would you say in that respect? What do you have your parting words?
It You gotta look at the current situation. Some people is in bad situations. It's finna get worse for some people. The reason we even talking about this right now, I just taught a class.
Right.
I'm coming right back teaching another class. Not by advertisement. I put the little ad out after I look, but I show you my email. Some people already paid me. Like, oh, I missed the last one. But you know where that came from? It came from people that already took it and they converting over. Well, they making, but like, think about what you going to work to make. I'm sitting here literally on average, most of these people, even from a small perspective, making 300 or better dollars a day. Now think about what you're making going to work. These people making 300 or better, meaning they making $6,000 on top of whatever else they were doing if they did have someone. Some people don't have other things going, but most of y'all do. Y'all got a job. So here's the logic. This is what we talk about. It don't take nothing to make $100 doing this or $200. You still working. Think about that. That's $2,000 to $4,000 extra income going into your household. That's why I say you gotta have a purpose. So do I need to convince you? No, because I don't get nothing off of it. I think a lot of people think I do because you used to like the marketing people coming to you. Like I said, and I'm cool with marketing. Don't get me. I'm cool with the ones that do it for the right reason. Are they're trying to help people. Hey, that's some people's stronghold. It ain't my stronghold. But you got to do something for yourself, especially now. Y'all ain't seeing, man. I'm still seeing a lot of stuff was put on hold because of the virus. Foreclosures, job reports. I've been looking at the reports coming out. I've been looking at the company that's filing bankrupt. They let me know a lot of jobs ain't coming back. This might get this may give you the time you need to go find, and that's what it did for some people that was putting it off.
Man, I gotta be real with
Put them,
you.
it put them in the house. Guess what? Now they get exactly what I was talking about. Cause like I said, they weren't being 100% true with themselves.
That's what it
Guess what?
is. That's what it is,
I
man.
wasn't putting the time in, but now they got me in the house.
Yeah,
Man, I just sat down. This stuff making sense.
yeah.
Man, I just cost myself 6, 7 months because I was just picking it up here and there. It wasn't your fault. I know it ain't my fault. I don't know nobody that actually done it the right way that has failed. That's that's what most traders ain't gonna even be able to tell you. I know people that's making a lot of money. They can do this. My purpose is you can do this as a full time job, not to go in, hit home runs, and then miss a whole lot on the other end. We ain't doing that. Cause guess what? This gonna lead to all the other things you ever wanted to do. You
Eh,
may want to help people.
Cornell, I think that's the scary part for people, man. Is I mean, you definitely, it's a diamond, man. It's a quality jewel that's given to somebody, and they have to go through their process of being carbon and turning it into a diamond. They got to go through some pressure. The pressure is the learning curve. How fast are you gonna pick up the study, have your eyes recognize what you need to recognize, so you can learn how to make and take the proper moves and positionings. So when we see that, I think that that's a critical moment for people. Is, oh wow, did he just tell me the big numbers? Because no one that there's no business out there, Cornell, where you can put a penny on something and literally within minutes get $30. When you think about the multiples times whatever number times a penny, that's huge, man. To be able to make a penny turn into $30, it's rare that someone can do that in real life. It's rare that someone can take even a penny and turn it into $9. So when you see $5 come on the screen for a penny trade, and people say, "Oh, I don't know how to do that." That's why you get in the class. You can email us, Christian at Trust Christian. We'll send you over to Cornell. But they say, "Oh man, I didn't know, man, the penny trade can get me $5 or $10. That's still quite a bit when you're talking about multiples. The multiples of being able to put up a penny and then be able to make more on the back end of that. So to see that, Cornell, to see the money coming from a poverty mindset, it can challenge a person's belief system, which is, oh shoot, I actually could learn a skill that could pay me more than me putting in man hours now. Because this isn't about how many hours you put in to trading. It's about taking a proper trade. There are people that are longer term traders and shorter term trades. So it's very much so catered towards your style. Do you want to get it now, or do you want to get it in the interim, or do you want to, let trades run? Because people do that as well as sort of like a retirement account. That's what the bank's doing with your money. They're putting your money into a fund and letting it sit there. But at the same time, you're not in control of when the market goes up or down. It's just okay. You're taking the buy and hold position. So people now have moved into a control position. When we talk about trusteeship, we talk about control. So now they move into a position of control, and it can be quite terrifying. I don't know if it was because you had $100,000 job before. I don't know if it's because you grew the franchising company from 1,000 to 20,000. I just know that when we see people that come at this, it's like asking them, why don't they take it serious? It's because they now have to live up to their goals and their dreams. Their goals and their dreams cost a ton of money. There are a lot of people that have rich dreams. Me and you both have rich dreams. So when you have rich and wealthy dreams, there's no excuse anymore for why you don't have the money, because the system that he's sharing with you is the money. It's the capital market. It's not the human capital market. It's the capital markets. So now that you can see the capital markets working in play and actually take advantage of it, that can be rather scary. Scary. Why? Because you say, "Oh man, it's $2 trillion moving every day," and then
Okay.
and people are wondering, "Oh man, if I get $300, Man, that means I'm making $6,000. 6,000 times 12. That's what is that 60? Yeah, 60 plus $1,000 a year, and that's through a skill that you learn from a $500 course. And then on the back of that, you maybe bought a book that was $30, and you put in a lot of study time. Even the demo, even the educational platforms are free for you
For
to learn
free.
how to chart. So, and that's for right now. I've actually been telling people, like, I hope that they don't change this situation because they see the video and like, damn it, he's using our platform to chart and sharing with people how to chart. Because I was like, damn, man, that could be the case. Just like the book price went up. It's like, well, of course information get leaked. So who doesn't want to leak the black book? Everybody's gonna leak the black book. The black book is fine, but the price went up on it. That's because, hey, I mean, when you go from selling a couple hundred books a year to selling thousands of books in a year, you might change your prices. He knows that, hey, I'm not even advertising and I'm getting people to buy the book. And that's just
Yeah.
being honest. So he sees that volume coming in and he's increased the price. Um,
You don't increase it, Amazon increase.
oh, okay. Wow. See, that's even crazier. That's even crazier. So,
Well,
yeah.
let me see it. I like that. I mean, they do a lot of money out these books. Cause you can go up, but I know how Amazon is. Cause like I said, my wife wrote a book. Amazon print the books nowadays, so they put a premium on top of it so they can get their money.
It's funny you actually said that because when people actually get the newer book more recently, theirs looks different than mine. I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure this is actually the same book. It looks different.
Amazon printed up.
Yeah, Amazon's printing. So even Amazon print, he ain't even hard printed anymore.
Yeah,
That's
he ain't
funny.
got to print it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he got to print it.
yeah. So skills pay bills, Cornell, and I know that this isn't the only skill that you have, but where would you rank this skill in your life? The skill of knowing how to trade.
It's at the top. Like I said, lead to everything other thing I'm doing. Like it's sad to see that what people finna go through. Like I said, they making that gap even wider. Just in case y'all don't understand what I mean by that gap, that rich gap and that poor gap, middle income going away. But for most that is sitting over here with me, I got a lot of people that do this full time. Like they're enjoying their families. Even the one that don't want to give me credit. Like I know people that came over here and got talked by me and with other people and using my stuff. And, but it ain't about that. At the end of the day, guess what? They can take care of their family. They can show their kids this, and they good. And probably gonna change. Like I said, we talking about you talking about the generational curse. It may change that curse in your family. I don't come from a family full of money. I'm changing a lot by what I'm doing.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm saying it growing. And I'm gonna tell you what trading did for me. Now we don't have to sit around and look for a little cheap plan. Meaning I ain't gotta go online, see if I can invest a couple $100 and come up. Now I can go ahead and make some bread, get some real money, put up and go make a solid real investment on top of the trade. The trade don't go away. You still making your money every day, but now you might do like me. I'm buying real estate. I might buy into a business, but now I'm buying in at bigger percentage. It don't matter. I know how to trade. I make the money back up and somehow. That's power. So it's at the top of the list, and it ain't going nowhere.
One
People
of
be
the,
amazed. Like, yeah, there's a lot going on. Y'all see on TV and all that, but who cares? Like the chart is the same. Chart is a chart. Chart the same. I know y'all. Like, he talking about this chart. Yeah, this chart is very important. You're gonna see. That's all we're gonna talk about. If you can catch it with your eyes, you just change your life.
one thing I want to say, Cornell, is that so many people in their life they might hesitate on pulling the trigger for themselves, and you know you positioned yourself for the times right now to take advantage of real estate deals that are going to pop up because people are foreclosing because people can't pay their bills. You know about people that have like you say, 90% occupancy in apartments, and they're still claiming default right now. And there's a buying opportunity. You can literally buy somebody out of their apartment complex right now
You know where
because they
that
need
come
it.
from? I was watching Breakfast Club and just hearing them talk, and Envy brought up a good point. Cause this, this is the black culture right here. Education, education, education. But all they doing is programming you to go get a job and work for somebody. Ain't no jobs right now. They ain't even teaching you a life skill, a trade skill, plumbing or something like that. All this stuff you can stand on your own. They don't even teach it anymore. Most people that do make it out, they're gonna say, "Oh, get your education, do this, do that." They ain't even teaching you to invest in yourself. Like that's why we behind. This right here gives you the opportunity to invest in yourself. My conversation is totally different. And if you want to be the smart person in the room, just because you ain't with the college, I didn't talk. I don't think people hear me. I have a taught a hedge fund with Ivy League kids. I don't have a college degree. When I sit down and talk, because I know what I know between this and other things I'm doing, but trading, conversation wise, I will make a CEO of a company stop and talk to me about
Yeah,
certain things I'm saying. So the power and the money you spending, if you do it the correct way, will change every aspect of your life. Now you got a relationship with the people at your bank and the business owners over here. You making your own lane. And it didn't come from
I
you
know. I
being
need you to highlight that a little bit more about how once you really learn the trading and you're trading consistently on a daily, even if you tell a multimillionaire that you're making $1,000 a day trading, $200 or $1,000 a day trading, they are very, very impressed. They're not like, oh man, I got a 401k. I work for a Fortune 500. Like, what is their thought process to you? Or a multimillionaire that's an entrepreneur, maybe not the employees, but the entrepreneur investors. What are their thoughts towards you when you talk to them about like, hey man, I trade and blah blah blah. What is their reaction to you? And I don't want to downplay it.
number one reaction is what it has always been. Like it really hadn't changed. It's simple as this. When people think it's kind of like they feel you begging for something, they don't help them type of people out. When they see that you can stand on your own, then you get a conversation. If you sitting there telling somebody what you're making every day at them amount, they paying attention because they gonna be impressed. First of all, 'cause like I said, my skin color and I'm being younger, they looking like, okay, how did he get his hands on it? But he know what he talking about. Meaning, I could deal with this guy. It's just like trust. Think about it. People in trust deal with people in trust. Trade, same way, but it opened the door because money is a universal language. You know, they might not be in the trading, they know a little bit deeper aspect than what most people gonna think about. They ain't think about 401k, they think about like, oh, so more than likely they've been on their money, they done ran across it. Like I said, it might have not just struck their interest at that time, but they done ran across.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I know that we wanted to make sure that we got to share with people how it's a skill and it's something that you can use for other things. You don't have to be stuck on the trading, but the trading does give you that skill, a lifelong skill. Even hearing you say that, 8 years later, I think one of the biggest epiphanies is when you actually see like, okay, I can actually do this. And I think that it might be a while before people get to that moment because they're not going to stick with it. If you don't have a stick to it mindset, if you don't have a I'm gonna make this work mindset, knowing that other people have made it work mindset, I think it's gonna weed out the weak from the strong mentally. You have to be mentally strong to say, okay, I have no one else around me right now, and I have to put an inordinate amount of time into this study. I have to put an inordinate amount of time into knowing what the heck I'm doing because I'm about to take my whole life into my entire hands. I'll never go and ask for another loan. I'll always be able to have capital on hand because I know how to. some people in the beginning say live below your means to where you're able to have cash flow come from this situation, and then put you in a position where you can take the cash flow from it because you're not living above your means, and
That's
then you're
it.
able to put it in
And
other
you can
investments.
go from it. So you might need the money. That means most of the time. Like I said, like the example you brought, that young guy, he started what month? He started in December, like end of November.
Yeah.
He's probably at a level now that he'll be making $1,000 a day. All jokes aside, the guy's gonna be he's taking his time though. He making money now, but guess what? His conversation from when he first started with me to now, he see the bigger picture. He taking his time. He putting his whole game plan together. And guess what? It's not going nowhere.
Right. So he
You
just
got a
going.
guy that literally told me he got 3 degrees. He was going back to get another one just to try to make an extra 10, 15,000 on a job. Think about it. He's a school teacher. He's not even making the six figures like everybody else. And he got responsibility. He got to take care of his mom at the house. So, like I said, he has a purpose. Guess what? He got in. The guy studied. I call him now. He probably looking at a chart.
Yeah.
But that's what it's gonna do to you when you get a little progress. Like that's why I ain't gotta call nobody that's doing this. Guess what? You see progress. Hey, I ain't gotta call you and tell you to trade. You gonna get in there without me. You gonna get in there real quick.
Yeah.
Self motivation.
Yeah. Well, I know it's one of those things people always want to make it real. You know, Cornell made trading real. We could bring examples on even on this podcast, but we also have people that they get on the webinar with Cornell and they are success stories. So you can't say, well, oh, he's the only smartest guy in the room. Once again, when you go through normal people, people that are just normal, they're not ex bankers, they're not super math scientists. These are people that they just understand. Hey, look, if this is on the job training, I can learn that. I can sit here and watch this until you tell me until I go in and do it correctly, and then I don't need the video anymore. And just saying that to someone earlier was like, really, you don't need the video after you learn. It's like, well, why are you delaying on learning what's on the video or making it work? I was like, that comes from I like I say, it really is about a self-image, Cornell. It's about a person taking themselves seriously. Because you made a certain amount of money in your life, you were able to say, okay, I got to do something else that's going to replace this and grow bigger. And I think that sometimes when people don't come from those means, when poverty line is $42,000 a year, even a school teacher, when a school teacher doesn't make more than $50,000 a year, in Florida, then you say, oh wow, what aspiration does he has? But then he has his mom. He's like, okay, well if I make enough money to just either stay here with my mom or be around my mom, that was enough for him. And so because of this situation, he's not going back to the school, but they also are doing some stuff and working and whatever, whatever until, he's just moved on. But what's interesting is know that it is that real to have met him face to face, to know he's a normal dude, just a good dude, really a good dude, and has a good heart, actually does want to teach it. And I've told him not to, but he definitely has a big heart. And him and his cousin definitely have a big
And he
heart.
want to teach me. You have to think about it. Look at their background. Look at my background. You
Right.
come from a background where the, well, none of this provided to us or even talked about in our background. So I already know why he said he want to teach it because this what they ain't in the good part of Florida. They're in the hood. And guess what? You want to help some people. It may not be the one in your particular hood, but you're gonna go back and he's an educator. So guess what? I can see him teaching. Like I said, it's a meaning behind it. Now he giving back. That's how a class really supposed to be taught, especially for you religious ones. Guess what? It ain't always about the money. God just provided you your money system, but He didn't just tell you to hold on to it to yourself. Now, like I said, you better think about by the time I'm done that I done already produced millionaires.
You going there already? Uh oh. He went there.
I
It was gonna come one day.
literally,
It finally came.
I have already produced millionaires. People
Oh
in
no.
ordinary life, living in different parts of the world now, and
Yes.
because you can do this anywhere.
Yes. Oh man. Cornell
So
has the badge of honor to say that he's touched the new up and coming millionaires in the world. I would have to say that you actually could say that like truthfully, and not everybody can say that. And this is why I told you. I was like, this is the difference, bro, because they don't want to talk about the numbers in the public. No, there's certain self-help gurus,
a
the
lot of
network
guys
marketers.
can't. Yeah, a lot of them can't sit here and tell you that they got. Uh, they can tell you about how much money they making, but they can't tell you about how many people they didn't actually help get to that same level. Like me, I came from. Hey, I played sport. If somebody on my team, I want them to be able to stand on their own, not just be around me. No. So I'm putting people in position. These same people, get what? I might do business with these same people later on. Get what? These people might be geniuses or create something later on. Get what? I help them get to where they at. Guess who they gonna call first? Like it opens up opportunity to where you got some people all they talk about is the money, and I promise you, those guys are not making the money I think they're making. I talk to people behind the scenes. Like trading is a small world, to be honest.
It is a small world. It's a very small world, and I think that's something that can
Oh
scare
yeah,
people too. Is that they say, "Okay, I don't have anybody to talk about this with." Like I feel like a nerd. I feel like I'm sitting in front of the computer all the time, looking at this video or looking at these charts, and I'm over here learning this new language. Like I say, it's a new language. It's a whole new thing, and it's like, well, okay, how long is it going to take me to learn this? Because he didn't give me that. There's a defined learning time. This isn't public school, so okay, this is just go until you get it right. Yeah, that's business. But there's also just because you go to school for electrician don't mean you're gonna be in school forever. You're supposed to learn how to do it. When you go to plumbing school, you're supposed to learn it. You're not supposed to be in school forever. It's the same thing with trading. You continue your education because we definitely know electricians that continue their education. We definitely know plumbers that continue their education. We know lawyers that continue their education, accountants that continue their education. So this is one of those things you continue your education, but you still have the basic skills to pay the bills. And that's why we did this episode today. It's because we really are just playing off the fact that Cornell has a bunch of requests right now to do another episode.
yeah,
Uh,
that
uh,
was pretty quick.
you
We
know,
just did the class. Matter of fact, somebody took the class last time. Literally called me last night. It clicked during this virus, sitting at the house. He paying for 3 people around him to take the class. Like he like, shoot, they ain't got the money, but hey, but I done sat here and made 2, 3 thousand, and I'm good. I'm working. I'm gonna pay for these 3 people to get in because I know they'll learn it. Cause now they see me making progress with it, and that's how the class come about. It be people like, hey, shoot, my friend said he having success. That's it. So I ain't even really advertised. Like if I advertise, it probably be 1,000 people on the class. Probably 500. Like if I really just advertise like how y'all network marketed, I probably could do an in-person event and people would pay $1,000 just to sit in the room.
oh yeah, every time.
I had them type of offers before. Like I said, when I talked to hedge fund, them guys, they dropped a check before I went. Just all having a conversation with me, like, and it wasn't $500 a head.
Nah, it definitely wasn't.
I'm trying to look out for people. Like I could really charge more if I want to. The information I got, I put it like this: when I teach it to you, I mean, you talk about this all the time. When you learn it and you see it somewhere, you gonna know where it came from. Cause this how private it is. You gonna know like, oh, you got that from Cornell. They say no, that means guess what? Somebody that easy to them, but I'm showing you something that later on you will be able to go teach somebody and still do the same thing like I'm doing if you wanted to. Like if you got to that level and you want to teach, ain't nobody gonna be able to top you on that.
Okay, here we go. We got a question in the chat. I'm not going to blast anybody today, so we're just going to go ahead and keep it light. But somebody actually asked you, what indicators do you use? But I want you to just answer that question, because in whatever way you want, honestly, because, so many
I'm,
people, they had these
to be
general
honest,
questions.
I put like it. To be honest, what the way I was taught from the person I was taught, I don't supposed to be using no indicator, which I don't need the indicator. Only indicator is, and we really ain't even using it. I use the indicator like a guide, not to actually take trade, but like a compass. Only indicator you might see on my chart that I would keep is a green line I put on there, a moving average. That's it. Other than that, the other tools, because I'm gonna have brand new people on here, it's all about building confidence. I showed them a couple indicators that I use, but last class, see how hard I went. What I did, I stayed on the chart. You don't even need it. That's how simplified it's gonna be. That's how it was dumbed down to me because the bank guy showed me just like this. These people smart out here. You going to get a Watson system, but guess what? They'll make a complicated system with the simplest move.
Hey, I gotta just ask you though.
I don't like talk about the indicator because I'm gonna dumb it down to yes, you're gonna ask me the question like, is this it? Yes, this is it. Get in this area, take it to that area. That's where the bank's sitting at. That's it. But we don't need the indicators. Like last class, I kind of fell back on the indicators and got straight to the bank. And this class probably gonna be deeper because, like I tell people, I don't think I'm a pro at anything. It's like continuing education. I go back and look at my mentoring. So guess what? Oh, you know what? I forgot about that. I introduced that to them because that may help somebody. That's what I did last class. We're gonna get to the detail. Trust me, whoever actually you get in there with me, we straight chart. You can pull up a chart, any chart. Look at the calendars. And I'm gonna give you a secret that I got that a lot of people don't got. I know when the market gonna turn around.
One
You don't
thing,
hear too many people say that. I know from what I was showed where the market gonna turn around.
one of the things I think is important for people to realize about the indicators is that you can't be but dependent on the
Indicators
indicators.
lag. And
And
y'all, when I had just had a private session and I had to literally get on to somebody because here's what I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm giving if you take my class, my information is straight to the point. I'm saving you 2 to 3 years of headache. I would not suggest that you go online or get in these groups with these indicators and everything else and try to learn what I'm going to teach you. Matter of fact, one of the mentors that did the bank, what he call it? What he call it? What Eddie call it? He pretty much wiped all that out your. It's I'm gonna tell you why it's easier for a regular person to learn it that hadn't been exposed. You don't know that extra information they didn't get you out there. So you getting right to the point. And to be honest, these newer people are catching on way quicker than some of you people that is going from one indicator to the next. This is not going to change. This is not going to change what I'm showing you. And we don't need no indicator. Indicators lag. I'm gonna already be in the trade by the spot is in. Now to get them more comfortable, I do show, like I said, I do show indicators. But I can tell you, you don't even know how to use the indicator. I mean, the definition of the indicator I use is wrong online. So I show them how to use the caster. But like I said, it's just a guide, not really to take the trade. It's a guide to let them know when to take profit and let
okay,
them know about the market.
someone let's see. This is the next question. Next question is how much leverage do you use the most?
The smallest I can find, 50 to 1, 100 to 1. Let me explain something to y'all about leverage. Leverage that these overseas brokers are giving you It's put in to make you put in a trade that's bigger than what your account should be taking. And if you don't know how to trade, you can be successful a couple of days, but when you mess up and make the wrong mistake, they're gonna take all your money. That's what leverage is. When you know how to trade, you do not need all that extra leverage from the brokers. Meaning your spread, which you'll learn about that later on, is wider when you take the higher leverage. No real trader takes the 1,000 to 1 or 500 to 1. None of that accounts. We ain't trying to make up a lot of money before we get in the trade. I'd rather go and get in my trade where I know I'm at and not be down further than where I thought I was at. So I take the 50 to 1 or 100 to 1 on my leverage. Because I'm going to see my money quick. Meaning I'm going to come out the red real quick when I cover the spread, and I'm already going to be in profit. Where if you took 1,000 to 1, you may have to wait a couple hundred more dollars just to get back in profit compared to my 50 to 1 account. That's what leverage is. So if you're learning with a higher leverage, you're killing yourself right now. You might as well just go and learn how to trade and look at the chart for real. The brokers love you if you're using the 1,000 to 1. Because when you're supposed to be took $1 lot size trade, they let you took a $3 lot size, got in over your head, and now you wipe the whole account out. That's what they do. You want him to be able to take the money you put in, you want him to be able to take that type of trade. And that's what leverage is all about.
You ain't lying, man. What they say, they'll let you get in the trade. That dollar lot size, that $3 lot size. If you don't know what you're doing, this trading stuff is serious. This is real money. When Cornell used to share stories about people losing $30,000, I'd be sitting over there laughing like, how the hell is somebody gonna lose $30,000? How they go up 30,000 and lose? It's like if you winning, you should never lose again. Well, they did. And you be like, well, what? Then you gotta ask the question: what did they do to lose the money? And he said they didn't learn it. And I'm like, that's it. That's the biggest reason why they lost it. You can't tell me nothing else because they didn't learn it. They hit big for a couple weeks or a month and made $30,000. I mean, that sounds like that's a goddamn story of your lifetime. So, that dude probably still ain't recovered from that. Sorry to say it that way. That's just
He
a
ain't paid. I don't think he probably ain't even paid to this day. A lot
right.
of that learn like that, I'm telling you, it'll take your spirit. Like you're not trained no more. I hate to say it, but
That thing like getting in a Ferrari if you scared of fast
it it
cars.
knocked it
Whoo.
it, it knocked the wind out of you. And you not gonna come back.
You ain't coming back. And there's so many people, I don't know what y'all thinking. This is life right now. Some people getting the wind knocked out of them in real life. There are people on their hands and knees praying every single night that their life can go back to normal. That they can afford to make sure that their kids are going to be fed and taken care of at this point.
You're trying to make everything look good to you right now. Like watch tomorrow. It's the first of the month. What is it? Tomorrow, Thursday? It's jobs report to be out early in the morning. Jobless claims. You know they high. Guess what? Market gonna tank. I probably I think I already knew that though. What I told you, I
To the
wanted to go
91, to 9100 in the Nasdaq. So,
which it look like I missed the move because it's already down, but
oh damn, we gonna hear.
it already made the move. It
And-
went it went
it's
to 90 70, but it
okay.
was at the bottom of what I'm teaching you. And boom, just like that, man, that was a nice move. That was a 200 some point move. That's a lot of money in our turn.
Just sitting home, and that's from what time did that start? That drop start. So somebody could have charted that out the day. They said, okay, I'm gonna wait till it gets to this point, and then we're gonna enjoy this sell off because we know where it's going. So what time did that start actually? That actually open happened as soon as the late bell just opened back up. That's
Well,
the late bell. That's about six something. It's about
that
an hour.
happened this morning. It went up. And I
Oh
said,
yeah, of course.
and I didn't trade it because I've been doing some other bigger stuff trade, but yeah, they look like it opened up this morning, went up, and went back down. Like I
Oh,
would have
for
took it.
sure,
I knew that.
for sure, for sure.
If I was watching, I would have took it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you all for tuning in live or listen replay. You got your questions that we appreciate you all typing your questions in the chat. Um, you know,
Get
we,
away from the gimmick traders, man. That's all I can tell you.
right.
And more than likely, I know your favorite trader, and they ain't a trader. 'Cause some of them call me when they get in trouble on certain trades. Like a lot of people have been around the network marketing world for a while. They know how to move around. Hey, to each his own. But they really ain't helping people. Like
All right.
they really not making money every month.
We got another question. What's your experience with chat bots?
I hate bots. I don't like people trying to say, hey, get on the new tech. I don't understand the ins and outs of it from beginning to end. Like that when it was created, know what it's created off of what I learned. I don't want the bot.
I mean, think about this. What about the guys recently that came to you with their pitch about their bot, or that's doing trades, and when you told them how you can take an account from $1,000 to $1,500, I mean, yeah, from $1,000 to $15,000, and they sitting over there
Yeah,
awestruck, telling me, "Oh man, there's no way you could do that."
they told me I couldn't do it, and what I did it twice and sent them the screenshot. See, they thought I was just talking big, but no, I learned at a higher level, and I told them got it. And then when they broke down, I'm telling you what bots do. Bots go in and just get a few little pips and point. When I mean, maybe I ain't make myself clear. I learned from bank traders, meaning the bank know what they want to do ahead of time. Meaning the move is gonna be huge when they make the move. So if I'm taking the same move as the bank, my return gonna be way bigger than yours, and my risk gonna be way less because I'm not going in and out. I can sit literally how we just talking about what we just missed on that trade. I could have literally just sat in that trade at that spot and let it went to another area. That's huge in the bank world. So my trade compared to everybody else's trade is totally different. When they say, "Oh yeah, we went in and bought got $200," I'm gonna let mine run. I ain't studying $200 because yeah, y'all made 200, but then realized the bank just went in and got 4,000. They be like, huh? Yeah, because you following these people online, and guess what? Ain't nobody gonna guess every. I guess I hit y'all with a Jew. Nobody is right all the time.
Right
Not
up.
even me.
Yeah.
But this is the money management part that we talk about in class. I can lose my trade 4 out of 5 times, still make money. Compared to the guys you see online, they lose 4 out of 5 times, they're gonna lose money because they don't know how to go get the bigger trade. All they know is quick, 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 quick. I know the weekly trades, I know the monthly trade, I know the half a year trades. That's what the bank takes. And I'll wait instead of being greedy and trying to get it every day. I'll wait, let it play out, and get what I'm supposed to get without even trying. So here's the scenario on it. When I say I know millionaires that take 6 or 7 trades a year because they built their accounts, took the time, got their accounts to the right size. Now all they gotta do is just sit in their position, let it run a month or so, and make them 6 figures off the trade. And then you look up 5, 6 trades, they done made 1 million. Them the people I learn from. Nobody online. None of the people that I learn from is online. Besides maybe a couple guys that like to educate, but they came from the mentors. They were students. And it's They not in our class. But the ones I learned from, no, they not online. They don't want to teach. They only want to teach you the class. Like if I tell people, even you spending the $500 on me, be blessed to have the information because them people that I got information from don't even share the information.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff they show me, I don't share the information. I'm gonna go put it in my words on what I use, but the information is real deep. But I respect, like I would want somebody to respect what I'm doing. That they paid the money. I'm not gonna just share their stuff out there.
Right.
It is a different ball game, different mindset. But guess what? I can take a regular individual and he'll make way more money than your favorite trader. And I take bets on that. I'd actually tried to bet some of these guys before. And you want to know why? They never take the bet because they're not trading for real. They show y'all them on boats and man, I'm not going to show you how I'm living. That ain't doing your family no good. Maybe some people get motivation out of that, but they didn't get it from trading. They got it from the network marketing chicks they got.
Yeah.
So I don't like cocky fake traders. Period. I tell them in their face. That you're doing the people injustice. You're supposed to be doing this to help people. No. So you won't get that in my environment. No. I ain't finna give you the hype on there. No. They're gonna get straight to the point. You might even hear me getting on to some people when you get on
Yeah, I heard my name being called. I was like, damn, I guess this is one of those videos.
there. Because I'm gonna see if trust me. I know if you're studying or not studying. Certain things I'm gonna ask you to let me know if Christian's studying or not. And if you ain't studying, I'm gonna make you go back to the video. I ain't got nothing to talk about. You don't get that
Hey,
on the call.
I'll just wrap up on this one because even the question that we just got, and I'm gonna read the question, but I wanted to make whoever this is to make the question clear. They says they have social trading sites people pay to follow you on, and I don't know who you is. Are you saying Cornell or who? But I just want to say this. First of all, the public is public school. This is where you have 30 kids in the classroom. Everybody's trying to just pass the test, and that don't mean they're gonna be able to manage their life. That's public school. So then when we talk about going into the private, there's nothing on the internet in the public that can beat what's private mentorship. In the private, you get mentorship. The skills come from mentors. You have to be an apprentice to be mentored. And so many people miss that. Oh, I'm trying to take the cheap route out. I'm trying to just go on the internet and see how I can just get it for the cheapest price on the internet. If that's your MO, go do it. And then come back to this video, like he says, 2 to 3 years later, and say, damn, I still haven't broke more than even. See, people think, oh, I made some money if you break even. If you breaking even, you're not making no money. So if you're not making no money, you got to do a gut check. You got to say, okay, whatever I knew, it served me to break even. Now I need to learn something different. But so many people want to take the cheap route out. So many people don't want to respect mentorship. Why? Because you ain't never had a mentor in your life. People ever have mentors in their life. They got these indirect mentors. It's called a celebrity. So now celebrities teach you how to manage your life. They teach you how to pay bills. They teach you how to make trades. Oh man, I bought this stock. You should buy that stock. Yeah, right. Do you know what their position is? Do you know the price earnings ratio of the company? You just gonna buy the stock because somebody else said buy the stock. You're not gonna do no prerequisite research because there's no hand-to-hand relationship with the mentor. It's just paying for free information or getting free information over the internet through some daggone blog. And it's interesting because for a long time, my question, I was like, man, I don't want him to think, I'm mooching off him. I know him. I don't want him to think I'm mooching off him. I don't want him to think that. Like, I really respect him for what he does. I do the trustee stuff. He does the trading stuff. I don't want him to feel like I'm mooching. But it got to a point because he cares so much about people. Oh, y'all want to hear, oh, man, this black guy. He's just going to teach me how to trade. And y'all got to stop this over the internet. People contact the vault. They'll easily slide past the vault and trust Christian and go to Cornell and disrespect Cornell and say, hey, can we get the discount? There ain't no damn discount. Is your life a discount? You don't need no more discounts. You need to pay full price so you can get the full education and stop getting shortchanged in life. A lot of people got shortchanged. What did public schools serve you for? You know what I mean? People go to college and come out with student loans. That didn't serve them. They tell us that all the time. It's an ache, a pain, a thorn in their side. Oh man, I got student loans. I got $20,000 student loans. They over here all doing the goddamn Soul Train dance because they all hurting from the loans. Man, let's go down the line and start seeing who's paying the most in the loan. And they all mad about it. You gotta invest in mentorship. If you don't, kick rocks. It's not for you. You're trying to find a way not to do it. You gotta get mentored. Cornell's my mentor. I can't say that he's not. He has to be the mentor. Why? Because until you learn the skill, you're an apprentice. But the crazy part about it is so many people look at this and they always try to stay the apprentice. They don't want to go out and mentor other people like you just said. Once you learn the skill how to cut hair, you can go out and open up your own barber school because you put in enough hours and you got the license. It's the same thing with trading. But oh no, 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 no. I can't learn it for me because if I teach somebody else that, then they gonna affect my money. See, that's called selfish thinking. And that's why people are broke. Because they doing stuff as an individual instead of finding people like a group, like the young guy that he's a school teacher and his cousin came to the workshop. And his cousin told him directly, you are about to make a big mistake going back to school. This isn't for everybody. If you're going back to school, God bless you. We're talking about the ones that this is an actual story where he said he was literally getting ready to go back. His cousin told him not to. He said, you're going to make a mistake. We could bring both of them on the line right now and they both will say it. This isn't made up. See, people would like to believe the internet's a fairy tale, that you can't live off of the trading. Oh man, there's no way I could live off of that. I'm not that smart. And once we eliminate the smarts, oh man, you trying to tell me it's repetition? Yes. It's a trade. You got to learn it like you said at your job. When Cornell say it's on the job training, you think about it. Everybody's had on the job training. That's the first thing you get.
Hey, let somebody call you for that $100,000 job. Christian, you gonna be in that trainer doing what? Paying fucking attention. I mean, I mean to
To
get
get that
that job.
raise.
So tell me, so tell me why you can't do it for your own self. All I can do is show you, like, and this is why people always come back and say, "Hey, man, I appreciate it. I respect what you're doing," because when that light bulb go off, it's a different light bulb than what you're gonna see online. Like
Cornell, it was a light bulb that said
when that
that
light
why.
bulb go off on my end, when you around me, Cornell don't want you. Cornell get on there bragging about how much money he making to you and what he doing. Hey, I want to hear you say you doing. Hey, and Christian already know he met the guy. Guess what? I had somebody to work with. I had a job. Like this is what I'm telling y'all all this. I come from them background. I don't come from money. I didn't work. I quit. I had my mind determined before I learned how to trade it. I wasn't gonna work for nobody no more. I quit a 6-figure job at the phone company. Wanna know why? Because I was at work 70 to 80 hours a week. I can't enjoy no family time and none of that. So get what? Trading for me, somebody asked me this question the other day. Trading for me gave me free time. I can do whatever I want with my kids whenever I want to. I still can make the money I need to. I pretty much can go do whatever I want. I'm getting into the investments I want to at a higher level, not having to play and just look for a deal and schemes and all that. Like it's a comfortability level.
And what's funny is because
I,
Anton, when
and
Ant,
it sound I guess unbelievable when
it
it's what
does.
my numbers when I tell you somebody that with me making $2,000 a day and he over there taking care of his mama who got cancer. Now he's making more money. Now he at a level. Now he got his other investments up on top of it. He over there chilling with his daddy on the farm because he didn't have all the time with his daddy back then. That's what I want to hear. Not me telling you like, oh, Chris, man, shit, I just killed to make 5,000. Them people y'all looking at online, to me, is like clowns. If you got to show me First of all, I ain't heard nobody talk about a trust yet, so you ain't dealing with no real money. I already know that. If they can't tell you they in trust and they tell about they making millions trade, they lying to you. Cause the IRS was sitting there waiting on you. And when they get them, you'll see. Damn, what happened to him online? Like every other person that was online, they disappear out there a little while. Yeah, that's the way they going hard online. Just by showing you, flashing you. Yeah, trust me. Tell them to call me. If you got somebody, oh man, and Christian, know I didn't embarrass some people. Go call that person that influenced you over there that you think doing whatever. Let them have a conversation with me. One thing about traders, real traders, they're not cocky. They don't disrespect people. They learn from each other.
Yeah, you did always say that. You did always say that.
I ain't never ran across a real trader. I have taught seasoned traders some of the stuff I guess what? It it's a I hate to say it, Chris. People that have been around don't want to teach. I talk to seasoned traders. That's
Man,
who
ain't
started
nobody
the
trying to
private
teach
group.
that. Ain't nobody trying to
Hey,
teach, man.
they learned it. You ain't seen them in there no more. They
They
hey,
learned it and got out of there like we need to learn this, and they over there, man. And I'm telling you, Cornell, what's so crazy is there are so many brothers and sisters that they like. Look, we actually do got to work together. So it'll be three or four of them. They'll invest and watch the
and,
videos, and
and the
they'll get.
amazing thing is we don't talk about the money. I keep it simple. I break it down to small money, $100, $200 a day type money.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, to be honest with you, I'm teaching you bank stuff. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna say it to you, but that's why I said I like when the light bulb go off. You making way more than that when your light bulb go off. Now you see like this is. I just had this conversation with the guy that the school teaches. The conversation we had before the light bulb went off is totally different. Because now you see like, dang man, I was just trying to make like 5,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. Bro, I see I might be 20,000 there, take care of my mama, help a few folks here and there, and still be good. My girl, hey, like now he thinking family wise, like I got to keep going. That's what he told me. I got to keep going. He didn't even think about the money no more. At first, it was about the money and getting off the job. Now you see, like, oh man, it's a generational change right here going on,
You
and that's
breaking them
what,
curses, yeah.
man, it's a generational skill right here. It's changing it in my family. Like, it's changing it. The dynamics. I be on my oldest daughter now. Like, it ain't hit her yet because she ain't quite old enough yet, but I put it in her enough because the dynamics change. Like, I don't want you to lose it.
Yeah.
But right, it keep your mind open to everything. Now you look at life better. Now you interpret what's going on way better. You think we sit here worry about what's going on with Trump and the virus? I mean, I I put it like this: the rich people finna get wealthy. Somebody like me could become rich. They do this. It's cycles. Y'all go back, do your history. What is it like every 20 years?
Yeah. And that's why I asked you about the position, and you prepared for years for this moment to put you acquire different
It's the
skills.
first cycle. I said I'm old enough. I was around when the first cycle came.
Right, the housing situation back.
Guess what? I done got educated. I'm in that cycle now. I'm in position now.
Right.
You already know. Everything was put on hold for the virus, but man, I'm seeing deals on the table. Like I let my buddy got one of these deals, but I told him, hey, they coming. But now you got deals out here. We trade. Now guess what? Christian got a little bit more money. He can show a little bit more money. You get access. I'm gonna give y'all a little secret. On the private side, we don't follow all the rules that the public banks and everything else. I call my bank just our relationship and get things done. So that's why I try to teach the regular people to see that. what you taught in school and what's really going on is totally different.
Right.
Like we can talk another hour, but it's totally different. Did you hear what I just said? Off of my relationship with my bank, I can call and get something did. I didn't say I had to fill out a long application. Send in 5 years of taxes. Guess what, Christian? They're private. They understand private world. Guess what? Oh, we see what you're doing. Look at the account. What you need. Now you meet other individuals in that private world. Now you get access to certain things. It's totally different, and that's the window it's gonna open up to you. So if you ever had a business you want to do, training to get you there.
You got that right, man. I think that was the one thing that
You
it really
enjoying
opened
your
up the
time.
door.
So, guess what? If you're enjoying your time with your family right now, it don't got to stop. Trading to do that for you. I enjoy my time. My kids been with me about the last month and a half.
Yeah.
That's a hey. I can do this anywhere. Guess what? If it wasn't the virus, we'd probably be on a trip somewhere at the beach or something, doing something. Guess what? Cause I can pull that laptop out. Shoot, I take the trade on the road. I done
Right.
did I was driving. I'd have been talking to you. Hold on a sec. Let me close that. Boom.
Right. Whether that's
I
on the
gotta get
phone.
there quick. I like the turnaround though. All jokes aside, the class is good. The turnaround been pretty decent. Everybody catching on. From what I'm seeing in like a 3 to 5 month window, and all jokes aside, like they catching on. And some people was in bad spot. Like, hey, they good. Like to make the couple hundred. And now I'm talking to the people that they're really trying to do something. To make them couple hundred that you might need every day don't take a lot of effort. You may make that 130 minutes. It's a mindset thing. I would tell you, that I say it's logic behind all this. It's a mindset. It ain't about the money. That's why I want to talk about the money. It's a mindset. Because think about what I just said. If Christian set a goal and tell me he want $200 a day, is he gonna stop at $200? I can make it look easy when I show it to you. Now you can't go do like me because I've been trading almost going on 8 years. So I do some weird stuff that
Right.
ain't funny. But is Christian gonna stick to his plan, or he gonna go beyond the $200? Now he down $500. That's what happened to all the people you see online.
You're right. Every time.
Every time you gotta have
Every
a plan.
time.
Stick
You
with
do.
your plan, and then here's the thing: when you stick to your plan for about a good 2 months, now you see what I'm talking about. Now you know what? I wasn't thinking about it, but you're right. I just made $200 for 2 months. Now my account bigger. I remember when you told me I could take the same trade, build my account up a little bit more. Now that $200 trade is $1,000 trade, same trade. That's how they're making the money. So yes, this is realistic. Because if you can learn how to make $50 consistent, you can make whatever you want to make once you build your account up. Remember what I just told you. If you can learn how to make $50 consistent every day, you can build from that, build your account up. That same move will pay you bigger return later down the road. Same move.
You got that
Like,
right. I definitely it took me a while to get that because you get so much information. You're just like,
it's
what?
so much information.
Yeah, but if you stay focused on even at what you just say and keep face say, okay, all right, I'm gonna just my first goal is just to go get 50. If a person has that mindset, I think they'll really see like, wow, okay. And you know, it's crazy, like you say, not maybe not everybody does that, but the few examples such as your aunt that followed that system and had her goals,
Yeah, my
then
aunt
you
was so
see,
sick.
then you
Yeah,
see, you see like real disciplined examples,
her
man.
purpose. Yeah, that was a real purpose right there.
Yeah,
she hit it running. You seen it?
yeah.
Hey, hit it running. Started with $400, wind up with six figures in a couple months. And sometimes we talking sound like we talking big, but get what? This is trade world. Remember what I just said? It's 10. Go do your research. It's $10 trillion moving every day. Just y'all don't know that. because you watching the news. You watching the U.S. news. Worldwide, it's $10 trillion moving every single day. Maybe a little bit less now because some people sitting on cash. So they're going to catch some of these cash deals. I say 5 trillion still moving every day. That's more than the U.S. market
Right.
a few times. But don't nobody know that because nobody teach you that. You don't know there's money. You don't know that you can make money when it's going down.
Right. It was a advertisement on Motley Fool going through on the feed, and it said, we have these new trades. If you would have bought, Netflix or Amazon, but it's like, yeah, now we have these new trades that you can buy and hold, and it was just like, wow, they're exposing themselves right then and there. They're telling you that, you have to catch the upside of these. You can't do what's called technical trading. They're literally buying and holding, and it's just interesting. So many people don't know that, you know.
Yeah, but people don't know that because get what you go to work, you get the public, you get everything public. 401k public. It got to go up for you to make money. What I'm teaching you is we making money when it go down. If the stock market go down tomorrow, we're gonna make some money. If it go up, we're gonna make some money. Sometimes when it goes sideways, we're gonna make some money. Your 401k only does what? It only goes up one direction.
You say go up one direction until it goes down, and then you
It
don't
go down, you
benefit.
losing money.
Right. You're
See,
losing.
I might take a down trade. Guess what, Chris? I'm gonna make money. You might take one. You're gonna make money. Guess what? Cornell don't care how much money you made. It don't affect my money.
Right.
You might get in there and go beast mode. You might do more than me. You might do $100,000 a day. It ain't affecting my money. We both living good.
Yeah, this is for a different mindset, man. And I just always appreciate you still out there teaching it. And so it's just like, hey, we can, in any way, bless some more lives because we've seen a lives that have been changed. We've seen that through the years, but it's just something we may not brag about or
And to
come
be
on the
honest,
air
I'm getting
about.
in my phase. You already know what I'm working on. I tell
Yeah.
you what my mentor is getting on to me about. Like, 'cause I teach so much. Like, I'm behind. Like, even though I'm doing good, I'm behind on the bigger goals. I'm behind on where I supposed to be taking them 6 trades a year and making $1 million. So he had to get me back focused. So like I said, everybody needs mentorship. So it's gonna be hard to. That's why I'm trying to teach people now. It's gonna be hard for me to go back when I go day route. Now guess what? You might go there with Christian.
Nah, it's not happening. Hey, there's no trust.
because,
There's no trading
because
coming from the vault.
now I might be on a different platform. I
You
might be
will.
on that private platform.
Well, you are, and like we tell people, your
Better
mentors
get
aren't
it. Hey, this ain't some Cardell got in the plan. I'm gonna tell you, it's in the plan for kids. But
right.
guess what? A lot of that stuff gonna be in person through my foundation. But where I'm going with my trade, I don't know how much longer I will probably be doing classes. To be honest with you,
Right.
like, cause I got a lot of stuff. Like, it's gonna be like retirement. Like, look at my buddy. Like, I look at my buddy. It's like retirement. I'm getting older. I get all my investments in order. Hey, Christian, I may not want to do nothing no more, but go ahead and sit in my pool or whatever.
I mean,
I'm gonna
we
set up a year program. Cause like I said, I'm gonna put people in position where they can trade. I'm
right.
gonna bring people on with that. And once we set that system up, guess what? That's universal. It's now ain't necessarily got to be there. The system don't change.
Right.
If I teach you, I teach the guy that the teacher, these people, the ones I like to move with people that's moving with me. So it may lead to other opportunities. That's how it does with us. We meet other people, other opportunities, expand out, keep on moving. That's what it's all about. If you're here to chase money, don't take my class. Bottom line. You don't hear me talk about no money for real besides money management and risk management. And why? we can lose 4 out of 5 trades and still make money. That's all you're gonna hear me talk about on the money part. Other than that, if you're chasing the money, go holler at them dudes online. Let me know how it work out. I'm gonna hit you with a intro, a couple $100 you're gonna be paying every month. And being a part of a group and getting signals don't mean you know how to trade.
Yeah, man. I just know that that class is something, after the amount of study that's been put in, I'm like, okay, so now
But the amazing
everything
thing
on you.
about
Hey,
but
no, Cornell, real
go
talk
back
though,
to what
man.
you said, but the amazing thing about putting all that time in the study, and I want y'all to hear his word, repetition, meaning. Think about it, Christian. Let's go. Let's keep it simple. You on your job, Christian. Work at what they say Mercedes. They teach you how to run the machine. You in training for a couple weeks, right?
Right,
You learn the machine. What you not doing anymore? You not in training. You ain't gotta pull the manual out.
right.
You can if you want to, but you ain't really pulling it out no more on your job. That's what trading is. So if you put the time in to study up front, on the back end, all you doing, like I said, continuing education.
That's
The
light though. That's more just
session don't change. Now
yeah,
you studying less.
yeah. That's to be
You
honest.
already
Yeah,
learned it.
yeah, yeah. I think it's a
That,
like I say, it's a little unfathomable a little bit because people they don't know how long the learning curve is going to be. So it's like, well, how long is the learning curve going to be if I'm trying to learn this? How long is it
study
going to take?
habit,
Hey man, they yeah,
study habit. 30
study.
minutes. What you gonna do? 30 minutes, or you gonna do like the guy that teaches a class full of kids, comes home and still study 3 to 5 hours every day.
Yeah, that was a fact. He's studying 3 to 5 hours, even after working as a school
He
teacher.
heard me. That's how I did when I started. And I had a full business and everything else going on.
Yeah. So
We can make excuses.
yeah. Well, we appreciate you, man, for taking the time out your schedule to do another episode. We will post the actual link to the webinar on the post for the YouTube. Cornell's email is actually in the live chat right now, CJR at iCloud.com. Is that the right email, Cornell?
With that.
Um, the the email is CJRLLC at iCloud.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, I
great.
went
Yeah, so
check,
you all
but
can feel free to reach out. It's on the 17th, and then you all can catch up, with just connecting with Cornell there. But we always appreciate it. Put like this, the reason why we even still bring Cornell out is not because we have to. We bring him out for you all. There are people that contact us privately, and they are extra appreciative of learning how to trade. Uh, we don't need to tell people that it's about you doing it for yourself. But one thing we know for sure, two things for certain, is that people have reached back out. We know people pass money to Cornell and send it over because he's helped them out. So for people to sit here and doubt uh, the trading platform because we're not doing all this extra fancy stuff over the internet. That's on you, ladies and gentlemen. And there are times in life where you do get hit with a golden gem, and the Most High, the Lord
yeah,
puts someone in front of you that can help you out for a great price. And
I done been now.
yeah,
And that's what made me start taking action later on in life. I got around the right people. I went around the right people. And like I said, due to the environments, but we can't. That's why I don't even give people that excuse about the environment. Cause you know what? I grew up in that environment. You still gotta, hey, you gotta get some self worth and make your mind up that you really do want to change. And if somebody tell you go around another environment, that's what you need to be doing. So you're gonna see that it's gonna be easy to move when you're around people that's moving just like you. If they ain't moving like you or they knocking everything you're doing, you don't need to be around.
right. So. We appreciate you all, taking the opportunity to do for yourselves. What is it? May 17th is the webinar. You all can feel free to get on, contact Cornell, CJR LLC, CJR LLC at iCloud, or feel free to reach out to Christian at Trust Christian, and we'll make it a point to, go forward from there. So we appreciate you all for tuning in live or listening to the replay. The web trading webinar, once again, is a skill, that can help you out long term. And as well as just a skill to have. So, skills pay bills. We appreciate you all for tuning in live, listening to replay. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.